I often get asked by my students, how do you paint a sky? And so today I'd like to highlight 4 different colors of blue and show what happens to them when we add a couple different varieties of white so that you can explore and make a good decision on what might work best for your painting. Okay, so I've chosen several blues that I think might be good to consider when deciding what colors to paint your sky. And I'd like to start with probably my most commonly used color, and that would be cerulean blue. This is a great one for a warm summer day, a spring day kind of sky, really just pleasant, warm weather. I've got 2 varieties of it here because I want you to see how it can vary between brands. Over here I have the Winsor & Newton Winton oil color, and over here I have the Sennelier version of the same color. So I'll put a squirt of that one, and then a squirt of that one. And the oil paint is just so fun how it comes out of the tube. I just love the texture right off the bat. But like I said, these are both good for expressing pleasant sky kind of days. The next one I want to show you is cobalt blue hue, and this is another Sennelier branded paint. Squirt of that. You can see it's a little bit similar to the Sennelier version of cerulean blue hue, but it is a little bit of a deeper blue, a little bit of a different shade. And so right off the bat, we've got some good, pleasant weather kind of color options to consider when choosing how you're going to paint your sky. The other 2 that I have over here, these are French ultramarine and Prussian blue, and these are both really pretty dark colors when you use them straight out of the tube. Of course, you can tint them with white and make them lighter, but straight out of the tube, they're pretty dark colors, and these are ones that I prefer to use if I'm painting a night sky. So I don't often use these in a daytime scene, but I'll squirt some of that out so you can see. There is some ultramarine and some Prussian blue. So you can see we kind of have some daytime color options and some nighttime color options. Occasionally I will consider using some French ultramarine, adding a little bit to one of these to kind of make it a little bit cooler, or add make a sky that has a little bit of French ultramarine plus some white, plus a lot of white actually, and that'll give kind of an overcast sky look. But I want to start by combining each of these with titanium white so you can see what happens when we adjust the color a little bit. So I'm going to squirt out some titanium white, and this is a really vibrant, kind of a sterile looking white. It's a very white white. And I'm going to take my palette knife here and scoop up some of this. And you can see it really just makes a nice powder blue, sky blue kind of color. Pick up the Sennelier version of the same hue. Mix that around. Both of these are really pleasant sky colors. Then if we pick up the cobalt blue, a little bit of a bolder, deeper blue, you can see it's a little bit of a cooler look to it compared to these ones over here. This looks like a cooler day kind of sky, a little bit, maybe a little bit leaning overcast. Still pleasant, but it's got a cooler feel than these, which just feel warmer. If we add just a little bit of the French ultramarine to titanium white, I feel like we get kind of a surprising result. It's a little bit of a lavender blue. And you can add a little bit more of the ultramarine to enrich that. If I really want to do an overcast sky, I might do just a drop of that with a lot of white. And, you can see that gives you another option to consider. If I pick up some of the Prussian blue and mix it in with the titanium white, I think it's a really cool color that results. I really like this color. I don't feel like it doesn't work for a lot of the daytime kind of skies that I do, though. but it's just one more way that you can mix blue and a white to get an option you may consider for a sky. Then I'd like to show you what happens if instead of adding titanium white to each of these, we add warm white. And this one is made by Utrecht. And it's more of a yellow white than the other one that we just used. You can see if we put them side by side that this one is more yellow and this one has just a really crisp looking white color to it. So again, I'm going to pick up some of this and work it around with this warm white. And it's also just another nice warm kind of blue. And we need some warm white here. I guess I should go ahead and put those on all of them. And you can see how mixing the warm white with these two versions of the cerulean blue, it really creates a color that is a little warmer than this version. So you can kind of choose your level of warmth and add the different whites accordingly. We'll do the same for the cobalt blue. Again, this is warmer than that. And the French ultramarine. It's a little bit of a dusty looking sky color. Maybe a little bit stormy. And the Prussian blue. And really you can add more of the base color to any of these tints and make them a little bit more of the original blue if you'd like that. And if you accidentally add too much of the original base color and you feel like you wanted it lighter, then just add a little bit more of the titanium white or the soft white, or the warm white, I'm sorry. And, you know, until you get the color that you're looking for. But these are all some good sky color options to consider. So just on this one paper, we have 5 base colors and 3 versions. So we've got 15 options for you to consider using. I'd love to hear if you found this exercise helpful, or if you have a combination of colors that you like to use to paint skies. Add it in the comments below. Thanks for watching. See you next time.